the impeachment proceedings are turning out to be an acquittal for the president. I think the Democrats have committed one of the biggest political blunders of all time. I will give them some credit first, because I feel like they absolutely had to have an impeachment hearing in the House. Losing the 2020 presidential election is not an option. And the Democrats won control of the House of Representatives in part because of their explicit promise to impeach the president.
People love you and you win. And when your son looks at you and says, Mama, look, you won, bullies don't win. And I said, baby, they don't, because we're going to go in there, we're going to impeach the motherfucker.
Even though we don't approve of every outcome, and strictly speaking on the concept of promises made are promises kept, and strictly speaking on the notion behind the people in power keeping their promises, as an American, I can appreciate when politicians follow through on their word. So even though it's been an uphill battle since Trump got elected, this is them honoring their promise in a sense. Okay, so I wish they broke that promise, or at least fulfilled it in a different way. Like if I'm an exterminator and you come to me with your termite problem and I show up with a toothbrush and a shotgun, we're gonna kill some termites. We get a few of them. But to get to the queen, or in this case, the king termite to solve the problem, I'm gonna put a few holes in the house. I don't even know why I brought a toothbrush. The Democrats proved their case in the House and handed a shotgun to the Republican-controlled Senate. In what scenario would a Republican-controlled Senate remove their leader on an abuse of power charge, which was based on withholding military aid as a way to get dirt on that same leader's competition in this year's presidential election? They're on the same team. And obstruction of Congress, which they are also members of the same team. The Senate is Congress too, right? In what scenario would they convict and then remove said leader from office? And look, it would be one thing if they at least disclosed their plan for removal, because we've never seen that yet. I mean, what's the game plan if he is removed in that universe that we don't live in? Do you just like tell him to put all his stuff in a box? Like, it would be amazing to actually see that happen. But we won't. Instead, the Democrats have handed Trump another rallying cry.
While we're proudly creating jobs and killing terrorists, congressional Democrats are consumed with partisan rage and obsessed with a deranged witch hunt hoax.
Another rallying cry where he can now say that Democrats abuse their power and accuse them of obstruction of Congress during an election season where losing is not an option. The Senate is going to acquit Donald Trump this Wednesday. Why didn't they try to impeach him with the emoluments clause? What is going on with this guy's money? Is he gonna end up using the office to make way more money? I feel like that would have been a more worthwhile pursuit and one more familiar and relatable to the American public. Withholding military aid in order to get dirt on Biden, I guess, but there might have only been one shot at this. There's not enough time to have another impeachment hearing and then another debacle with getting it through the Senate before the election. It's not gonna happen. This might have put more momentum behind his own effort at victory again. My advice to the Democrats would be to take whoever wins out of the Iowa caucus and make them the nominee and stop with all of this. It's not going to happen.
Senator Warren confirmed in a statement that in 2018, you told her that you did not believe that a woman could win the election. Why did you say that?
Well, as a matter of fact, I didn't say it.
So, can a woman beat Donald Trump? Look at the men on this stage. Collectively, they have lost 10 elections. The only people on this stage who have won every single election that they've been in are the women, Amy and me.
Infighting. That's the only word that I have for it. It's just infighting. To me, it's really hard to win a battle when you're losing on multiple fronts. It's incredibly damaging to your chances of winning the presidential election if on your own stage, you, the Democrats, tear each other down through debate, and then the congressional aspect of your team is losing battles against the president. Pick a candidate, stop attacking one another. That's the only way to start messaging why we should vote for you. Americans are hip to political games.
By having better hands guided by better values on those pulleys and levers of American government. So can I look to you to spread that sense of hope to those that you know? Come on.
We see you guys as built for TV. You know who else is really good at TV?
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
And I'm proud to be an American.
The game show host who's our president. Promises made are promises kept, but it feels like they're playing games. Like, I'm willing to bet that they didn't go for the emoluments clause argument because all the evidence they would use to prove those charges, they might also be guilty of as politicians who, many of them are millionaires. You can look up what their salary is online and you can look up where they make all their money.
According to Forbes magazine, I am literally the only person on this stage who's not a millionaire or a billionaire.
It's just a mess. It's a mess. I think their best candidate is Bernie.
Medicare for All is comprehensive. It covers all health care needs. For senior citizens, it will finally include dental care, hearing aids, and eyeglasses.
Me personally, I really wanted Tulsi.
I cast my vote as president, taking a stand for the American people and recognizing that a house divided cannot stand. Unfortunately, we are a deeply divided country.
And then I kind of wanted Yang, because $1,000 a month, guys.
Mr. Yang, your signature policy is to give every adult in the United States $1,000 a month, no questions asked.
That's right.
I think that's like $3.2 trillion a year. How would you do that? Sorry?
But I wanted Tulsi because, one, she's a military vet, she's a she, and I remember watching the debate with Hillary and Trump, and Trump was standing behind Hillary like Jason Voorhees, and that was the moment when I really started to, I wanted Hillary to win at that point, because that's not cool. It's weird and creepy and speaks to a lot of the sexual abuse allegations that are against him. He just seems like that type of dude. But then I think about if that was Tulsi, a military vet, we would see a different side of Trump, I think. We would definitely see him as somebody who actually has to respect a woman. And anytime he talks about the military, guess who he's talking about? And I think that she would wield the United States military much more effectively than Trump ever could. Nonetheless, I see Bernie as the most amount of good that a candidate could be. It's all super uncertain still, though. I can't say for sure who's gonna win it, but I think Tulsi would command the most amount of respect going up against Trump, and that includes the people who respect Elizabeth Warren. I think Tulsi is way better than Warren, but I think Bernie could win over the most Americans generally. Especially in terms of his stated plans. It certainly seems plausible that Biden could get the nomination. He seems like a real status quo candidate, not revolutionary at all.
I'm going to support you if you win the nomination because we got to get rid of Trump. But what are we going to do about climate change? Now, you say you're against pipelines, but then you want to replace these gas lines. That's not going to work. We got to stop building and replacing pipelines. You got to go vote for somebody else.
All right, thanks so much, sir. We're going to have you.
Thank
you so much. Thank you so much.
I'm going to vote you in the general if you treat me right.
I know. Well, I'm not.
Well, can I have a
Look,
picture?
you're asking a picture of me. You're coming up and telling me you don't support me.
No.
My plan. Yeah, you did. You said you
I said I would support you in the general.
In the general. I'm looking for a primary.
We're happy to
and a
get a number.
caucus.
We can follow
That's
up.
what I'm looking for, okay?
Just because
Now,
we're finding it.
you believe that Bernie can do something by 2030?
I'm actually supporting Tom Steyer.
Well, that's good. He's the guy that did
Thanks
more
so much,
coal
sir. We
mines.
have a long line right
He
here.
made more coal than the entire country did.
All right, thank you. Happy to get
You got the right
Can we
guy.
get a picture?
Which is what I think people want. I think people want somebody just tried and true, do what the Democrats do and whatever. There's no way I'm voting for Warren, ever, in any scenario. I still can't get over a white woman claiming to be a Native American.
Why did you list yourself as an American Indian on this Texas bar application?
So this was about 30 years ago, and I am not a tribal citizen.
I feel like that's, like, what do you think would be Native Americans' kryptonite if there was ever such a thing? It would be Elizabeth Warren. That and what she tried to pull on Bernie, like purposely misconstruing the context of a personal conversation she had with him. She tried to get everybody to say that he's a monster like Trump. And I still haven't gotten over that Native American thing. So this, on top of that, despicable. Not only that, she was a Republican like 2 weeks ago. People who change too much, too fast, and in really big ways, they make me concerned. Who else are you? What else are you? I don't have any of those questions about Bernie at all. And I already said that I value promises made and promises kept. As it stands right now, though, I think that Trump is going to win the election. I have yet to see a cohesive message or formation of a team by the Democrats. To defeat an incumbent requires strategy and collective effort. They don't got it. Dang. All right, let me know what you guys think. I put my sources in the info box below. Peace.